My dear friends, today I want to speak to a very special part of our world, to the women whose hearts beat with courage, whose souls are tender with compassion, and whose lives, whether seen or unseen, are touched by grace. Imagine for a moment that the greatest power in the universe isn't in fame, wealth, or strength, but in a woman blessed by God. Today, I invite you to look within and ask, am I truly blessed? And what does it even mean to be blessed? My dear friends, today I want to speak about something very gentle, yet very powerful, something the world often misunderstands. We think blessings come wrapped in luxury, applause, and comfort. But many times, the greatest blessings arrive quietly, sitting deep inside the heart of a woman who continues to stand even when life tries to bend her. Not every blessed woman lives an easy life, but every blessed woman carries a peaceful strength that cannot be stolen. A blessed woman begins her day not with complaints, but with gratitude. Even when life is heavy, she finds one small reason to be thankful, and that single reason becomes her light. Gratitude does not change the situation, but it changes the soul, and a changed soul can face any situation with dignity. She loves deeply, not because people are perfect, but because her heart has learned that love is not a reward, it is a responsibility. She may have been hurt, ignored, or misunderstood, yet she still chooses kindness. That choice itself is a silent prayer. A blessed woman does not escape pain, she grows through it. When life closes one door, she does not sit crying forever. She wipes her tears, takes a deep breath, and learns the lesson hidden inside the loss. Her scars do not make her weak, they make her wise. She forgives. Not because the other person deserves it, but because her heart deserves peace. Carrying anger is like holding burning coal and expecting someone else to feel the pain. So she releases it gently, bravely. She sees people with the eyes of compassion, not judgment. Where others notice mistakes, she notices struggles. Where others see flaws, she sees unfinished stories. This ability to understand is one of the rarest blessings. Even when she has little, she gives. Sometimes it is money, sometimes it is time, sometimes it is just a sincere smile. And strangely, the more she gives, the lighter her heart becomes. Life always finds a way to return kindness to such souls. She finds happiness in small moments, a quiet morning, a child's laughter, a peaceful prayer, a simple meal shared with love. Her joy does not depend on noise, it grows in silence. And when she prays, she does not only ask, she thanks. She thanks for strength, for lessons, for protection she never saw but always felt. Her connection with God is not fear-based, it is trust-based. If you recognize even a few of these signs within yourself, understand this gently: you are not ordinary. You may not be famous. You may not feel powerful. But you are deeply protected, so walk slowly but walk with faith. Speak softly but speak with truth. Love carefully but love fully. And when the world makes you doubt your worth, place your hand on your heart and remember, a woman who carries peace, patience, and kindness within her is already carrying one of God's greatest blessings. My dear friends, there is a quiet kind of beauty that does not seek attention. It does not announce itself loudly. It does not demand applause, and yet it changes everything it touches. This beauty lives in the heart of a woman who walks through life with faith, patience, and compassion. Such a woman may never call herself blessed, but blessings seem to follow her wherever she goes. She begins her day not by counting her problems, but by remembering that she is still breathing, still standing, still capable of loving. This simple awareness becomes her strength. While others wait for life to become perfect before feeling grateful, she feels grateful first, and slowly life begins to soften around her. She has learned that love is not something to be traded like a business deal. It is something to be offered like light in a dark room. Sometimes her love is accepted, sometimes it is misunderstood, and sometimes it is rejected. Yet she does not close her heart, because she knows a closed heart may protect her from pain, but it also protects her from joy. When difficulties arrive, she does not ask, "Why me?" She quietly asks, "What is this teaching me?" Every hardship becomes a classroom, every disappointment becomes a lesson. She does not grow bitter, she grows deeper. And depth gives her a calm that noise can never provide. Forgiveness is her hidden power. Not because forgetting is easy, but because carrying hurt is heavy. She understands that peace is more valuable than being right. So she lets go, not to free others, but to free herself. She looks at people gently. She knows everyone is fighting a battle that is invisible to the world. So instead of sharp words, she offers understanding. Instead of cold silence, she offers warmth. This softness does not make her weak, it makes her rare. Even when her own hands are almost empty, her heart remains generous. She gives encouragement when someone feels lost, hope when someone feels broken, and time when someone feels alone. And somehow life keeps refilling her cup in ways money never could. She finds joy in moments most people rush past. The sound of rain, the smile of a stranger, the peace of a quiet evening. She does not chase happiness, she recognizes it when it quietly sits beside her. And when she speaks to God, it is not only to ask for solutions, it is to express trust, to say, I may not understand the plan, but I believe there is one. This trust becomes her anchor when storms arrive. If you see these qualities within yourself, even in small amounts, understand something important. You are not unnoticed. You are not forgotten. You are being shaped, protected, and guided in ways you cannot always see. Walk gently in this world. Carry your kindness like a lamp, not a burden. Let your patience be louder than your fear. And remember, a woman who chooses grace in a world that often chooses hardness is not weak. She is quietly powerful, deeply blessed, and beautifully aligned with a purpose far greater than her doubts. My dear friends, sometimes the most powerful stories are not written in books or spoken on stages. They are quietly lived in small rooms, in tired hearts, and in gentle choices that no one claps for. A woman who is truly blessed does not always realize it, because her life may still carry responsibilities, disappointments, and unanswered prayers. But inside her lives a strength that cannot be measured by the world. She wakes up each day carrying both hope and worry in her heart, yet she chooses to walk forward. She understands that life is not about having everything in control, but about trusting even when nothing seems clear. This trust gives her a calm that does not depend on circumstances. She knows how to love in silence. Not every act of love needs to be announced. Sometimes love is staying when it would be easier to leave. Sometimes love is listening when her own heart is tired of speaking. Sometimes love is praying for someone who may never understand her sacrifices. Pain visits her life like it visits every human life. But pain does not become her identity. She allows it to pass through her, not settle inside her. From every wound, she gathers wisdom. From every fall, she learns how to stand more gently, more humbly, more firmly. She forgives slowly but sincerely. Not because forgetting is easy, but because holding anger steals sleep, steals peace, and steals the softness of the heart. She chooses freedom over bitterness, even when forgiveness feels unfair. This choice makes her light, even when her journey is heavy. She carries kindness like a habit, not like a performance. She helps without waiting to be noticed. She comforts without expecting gratitude. She gives, not because she has too much, but because she understands what it feels like to have too little. She does not measure her worth through comparisons. She does not shrink because someone else shines. She knows that a candle does not lose its light when another candle is lit. Her confidence is quiet, rooted in self-respect, not in approval. Happiness for her is not always loud laughter. Sometimes it is deep breathing after a long day. Sometimes it is sitting alone with her thoughts and not feeling empty. Sometimes it is knowing she did her best, even if the result was imperfect. And when she speaks to God, she speaks honestly. With questions, with gratitude, with tears, with silence. Her faith is not flawless, but it is real. And real faith does not remove storms, it teaches the heart how to stay steady inside them. If you recognize this woman in yourself, understand that your life is not small. Your struggles are not wasted. Your patience is not invisible. You are being shaped in ways comfort never could shape you. So walk gently, but do not doubt your strength. Be soft, but do not underestimate your power. The world may measure success in noise and numbers, but heaven measures it in hearts that choose love over ego, peace over pride, and faith over fear. And that, my dear friends, is what it truly means to be blessed. My dear friends, life often teaches us to admire what is loud, fast, and shining. We celebrate those who speak the most, own the most, and achieve the most. But there is another kind of greatness that walks quietly among us. It sits silently in waiting rooms, stands patiently in long lines, and wipes tears in empty kitchens late at night. This greatness lives in the heart of a woman who continues to believe in goodness even when life gives her reasons to become hard. She does not always feel strong, yet she keeps moving. She does not always feel hopeful, yet she keeps trusting. Strength for her is not about never falling, it is about standing up without losing her softness. She begins many mornings tired, carrying responsibilities heavier than her smile. Still, she finds a small space inside her heart to be thankful. Not because everything is perfect, but because she understands that breathing itself is a gift. And peace begins with appreciation. She loves with care. She speaks gently when she could speak sharply. She chooses patience when anger would be easier. These are not weaknesses. These are signs of a disciplined soul. When life tests her, she does not shout at the sky. She becomes quieter. She listens more. She reflects deeper. In her silence, lessons grow. In her tears, wisdom is formed. Slowly, without realizing it, she becomes someone others feel safe around. Forgiveness is not natural to her, it is practiced. Every time she lets go of a wound, she feels the pain again. But she also feels something else, freedom. She understands that anger chains the heart, but forgiveness gives it wings. She notices the unseen, the lonely child, the tired mother, the silent elder. Her kindness is not dramatic, but it is consistent. And consistency is more powerful than occasional perfection. She does not wait for life to give her reasons to be joyful. She creates them. A cup of tea in silence, a prayer before sleep, a deep breath after a hard day. These small rituals become her medicine. She does not measure herself through the approval of others. Compliments do not define her, and criticism does not destroy her. Her value is rooted deeper in the quiet knowledge that her intentions are sincere. When she speaks to God, her words are simple. Sometimes only a sigh, sometimes only tears, sometimes only gratitude for surviving another day. Her faith is not loud, but it is steady, like a lamp that does not flicker in strong winds. If you see yourself in these moments, remember this: not everyone who is blessed will look successful. Not everyone who is chosen will live comfortably. Some are chosen to heal others, to carry patience, to teach love by example. Walk forward with humility. Carry your kindness carefully in a world that often mistakes softness for weakness. Your gentle heart is not a flaw. It is your divine signature. You may never see the full impact of your quiet strength, but somewhere someone is breathing easier because you were kind. Someone believes again because you were patient. Someone chose light because you refused to become darkness. And that is blessing in its purest form. My dear sisters, being blessed by God isn't a rare trophy saved for a few. It is a way of walking with faith in your steps, hope in your eyes, and love in your heart. If these signs live within you, you are not just surviving, you are divinely thriving. So today, stand tall, breathe deeply, and say in your heart, I am loved, I am chosen, I am blessed. Because God doesn't look for perfection. He looks for a loving heart, a faithful spirit, and a woman strong enough to rise again and again. Thank you, and may your life be filled with blessings beyond measure.